My dear friends, today I want to ask you a question. Have you ever made plans for your life only to watch everything fall apart? You prayed, you worked hard, you tried your best, but still, nothing went the way you hoped. And in those moments we ask, why, God, have you forgotten me? Am I being punished? But the truth is this God's plan is always greater than ours. As it says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." When life doesn't make sense, that's usually the very moment when God is preparing something bigger than you can imagine. So today, I want to share with you how to trust God's plan even when nothing makes sense. Stay until the end because this message might change the way you see your struggles. And if you truly want to overcome your problems, then watch this video until the end. These few minutes could change your life. You and I love control. We want life to follow our script, a good job, peace, and the family, financial security. But the Bible reminds us in Proverbs 19:21, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." Life doesn't always go according to our plans. We lose jobs. Relationships break. Doors we thought were open suddenly close, and fear whispers, "What if things never get better? What if I never find my purpose?" But here's the truth. Fear is the enemy of trust. And trust means letting go of control and putting it back into God's hands. Think of Peter walking on water in Matthew 14. As long as he kept his eyes on Jesus, he walked safely. The moment he focused on the storm, he sank. That's us. When we focus on our storms, fear takes over. But when we focus on God, trust grows stronger. Let me share a simple picture. Imagine a child holding his father's hand while crossing a busy street. The child hears horns, sees rushing cars, feels scared. But the father knows exactly when to stop and when to walk. The child doesn't know the plan, but he trusts his father. That's how we must trust God. Remember the story of Joseph in Genesis 50:20. Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, thrown into prison. For years, his life made no sense. But in the end, Joseph said, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Just like Joseph, you may not understand your struggle today, but one day you'll see how God was preparing you for something greater. Now let's talk about how to actually trust God's plan. Here are 3 biblical steps you can practice today. Step 1, accept uncertainty. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." Stop trying to control everything. Trust that God is in charge even when you don't see the path. Example, think of Abraham. God asked him to leave his home without even telling him where he was going. Imagine packing your bags, saying goodbye to your family, and stepping into the unknown. Abraham didn't see the map, but he trusted the one who wrote it. That's what it means to accept uncertainty. Step 2, pray with surrender. Jesus himself prayed in Luke 22:42, "Not my will, but yours be done." When you pray, don't just ask God to do things your way. Instead, surrender. Tell him, "God, I trust you even if I don't understand." Example, Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane knew the pain of the cross was waiting. He prayed with tears, but he still said, "Father, not my will, but yours be done." That is surrender. Sometimes we pray like we're giving God orders. But true prayer is laying our will down and trusting his. Step 3, remember God's faithfulness. Psalm 77:11 says, "I will remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I will remember your miracles of long ago." Think back, how many times did God bring you out of struggles before? He didn't fail you then, and he won't fail you now. Think about the Israelites. Every time they doubted, Moses reminded them didn't. God split the Red Sea. Didn't he rain manna from heaven? And when David faced Goliath, he remembered how God had saved him from lions and bears. If God was faithful yesterday, why would he fail today? My friend, maybe today you're in a storm. Maybe it's financial struggles. Maybe heartbreak. Maybe an illness. Maybe you feel completely lost. But remember this, your pain is not the end of your story. Romans 8:28 tells us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him." Even your struggles are part of God's design. Every closed door, every delay, every heartbreak is shaping you for your destiny. Don't lose faith just because you can't see the full picture yet. If this message touched your heart, don't leave without action. Take a moment right now, close your eyes, and say, God, I trust your plan for my life. And if you're new here, subscribe to this channel. Every week, one long video, I share messages of faith healing and purpose to help you walk through life with strength and hope. Remember, this God's plan may not always make sense, but it will always lead you exactly where you need to be. Stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.